The EU's Justice Commissioner Didier Reynders, on a visit to Poland today, praised the new Polish government for its determination to restore what he calls the rule of law. At a joint conference at the Ministry of Justice, however, the EU Commissioner was asked about his position vis-à-vis the unlawful actions of Donald Tusk's government. At the moment, we're trying to see if there's a possibility to restore the rule of law. Of course, we're taking into account all possible decisions that can be taken by the new government as well. On the other hand, at the moment, we are simply analyzing the situation. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General Adam Bodnar conveyed that the functions he currently holds will be separated. This is to be another element of the so-called restoration of the rule of law in Poland. I'm very happy that we could talk about Poland's further path within the European Prosecutor's Office. On the issue of the unlawful actions of Donald Tusk's government ministers had not been addressed at all. The forcible seizure of the media on the basis of a resolution, a mere opinion of the same, does not seem to have raised any objections with the commissioner, who by virtue of the function entrusted to him deals with just such matters, those of the rule of law. I would like to know where, for the commissioner, is the limit of restoring the rule of law. How far can one go when trying to restore this rule of law? For us, we teach students acting under the rule of law is acting in accordance with the law and within the limits of the law. If someone crosses these boundaries, it is not the rule of law. Interestingly, in 2021, Didier Reynders addressed a letter to Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki in which he called on the head of government to withdraw the request he had made to the Constitutional Court. The issue at stake was a final ruling on the superiority of the Polish constitution over EU law. The court ruled in line with a series of previous rulings that the Polish constitution is a supreme law of the Republic of Poland. In addition, it was not only in Poland that such verdicts had previously been made. The same was ruled by France, Spain, Italy, the Czech Republic, Romania, Denmark. So we've really had a lot of these cases over the years. Publicist Jakub Maciejewski points out that the commissioner's lack of reaction is due to the convergence of views between the Brussels elite and the new government in Poland. The European Union considers the left liberal order to be binding, the only correct order. That's why it doesn't react to violations of the law by people of such proclivities. Bodnar was even delighted by the praise he's received for restoring the rule of law. It certainly should not be his job to rejoice in praise from abroad. Quite the contrary, really. The Justice Minister himself admitted that he could not find a legal basis to justify the forcible takeover of the media. We're looking for some legal basis to achieve this. Interestingly, in an opinion for the Constitutional Court, one can find the following statements authored by Minister Bodnar himself. The dissolution of these companies would lead to a state in which public broadcasting is no longer formed by any company, which would be a state of affairs contrary to the literal wording of the law. In other words, it should be recognized that the liquidation of public broadcasting units requires an amendment to the law. Mr. Bodnar is looking to find a legal basis, but this is a measure of the downfall of this man. He's looking for some basis, and he'll probably find one, maybe somewhere on a TVN program. The opinions of so-called experts are becoming the basis or sources of lawmaking these days. The Constitutional Court, in a ruling announced Thursday, ruled that the actions and regulations cited by Culture and National Heritage Minister Bartłomiej Sienkiewicz are not in compliance with the Constitution.